All right. Okay. I would like to start the class with uh, presentations. Introduction, introducing yourself. Let me call the roll, and before that, let me introduce myself. This is Zahra Ahmad, the staff member of Mazandaran University, Department of English Language Teaching and Literature. I've got my BA from Mazandaran University in English Literature and received my MA level. I graduated from Tehran University in TEFL and received my PhD in TEFL from Shaikh Chamran University of Ahvaz, which is one of the closest city to Iraq. I don't know which city of Iraq, but I just remember that when we went to one of the cities in Ahvaz, we could see the borders. I forgot the name of, I don't know the name of the city in Iraq, but I just see the border. Okay, this is the first introduction of me, and here in this term, I'm very happy to have a course with you, nice international students from our friend country, Iraq. Now, let me call the roll, Mr. Salah. If I have problem, if I'm mistaken in pronouncing your names, please correct me, okay? And I apologize in advance if I read it mistakenly. Salah Jabbar Hassan. Mr. Salah Jabbar Hassan. Can you hear me? He's absent. Okay. Mr. Haydar Jawad Abdul Kazem.
You are now unmuted.
Okay. Mr. Abdul Kazem, could you please tell me a little about yourself, your English background? What is your BA's major? What did you study? And are you teaching now at the time of being a student or not? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And class, who is the representative of this class? And you don't have any group in WhatsApp for this course for technology using computer and technology in language teaching? Do you have any group or not? Yes, Mr. Jawad, could you please accept to be a representative of the class? Thank you very much. And please make a group. If you can do it now and send the link to us and we can all join into the class. The next class, the next Iraqi group that I have a class with them at 5, next class after you. They have a WhatsApp group today. This morning, their representative called me, and I've sent the syllabus for them and syllabus and also some ebooks, articles, many related materials to this course. So if I would be so happy if you make a group and we can join it. Thanks a lot, Mr. Haydar. Now let's go to
You are
next
now
one.
muted.
Javad Kazem Saer. Saner or Saer?
Yes, dear doctor, how are you? This is Thair Jawad Kadhim.
Saer Jawad Kazem.
Yes,
Nice.
the first name is Thair.
All right.
We are very happy to be undergraduate this semester and to be our professor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And your BA, and are you a teacher?
Yeah. My name is Thair Jawad Kadhim. I grew up in Iraq, in Babylon city, and I studied English in Babylon University and graduate as PM, as English teacher. I worked after graduate in one of American company in the south of Iraq as an interpreter for 4 months, and then changed my job to be a teacher in one of high school in my city in Babylon. And I have 7 years of teaching English.
Oh.
So it was my dream to go back to university again in one of famous university like Mazandaran University. It's very famous and has a very well experienced and highly qualified professor like you, the doctor, to complete my studies. I am.
Inshallah, we will
To
all
enhance
of
my.
you in the real classes, not virtual classes.
We hope that, but because of the situation of COVID-19, that prevent us to be near and study face to face.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to you.
Thank you. Next, Zainab Hassan Ma'ozat. Zainab. Miss Ma'ozat. Miss Hassan Ma'ozat. She's not here with us. Okay. Mr. Ghafran Hassan Ma'ozat. Ghafran Hassan Ma'ozat. Again, he's absent. All right. Are they brother and sisters? They have the same family name. Next one, Ebtesam Hamoudi Shakhair.
Yes, doctor. Yes,
Oh,
good afternoon, doctor.
good afternoon. Okay. I'm
Yes,
so happy that
Ebtesam Hamoudi Shakhair.
Ebtesam Hamoudi Shakhair. Okay.
No. Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. I am Ebtesam Hamoudi Shakhair. I graduated from Baghdad University from English department, and I am working as a volunteer for 4 years in secondary school.
So you are a teacher too?
Yes, teach but free, without salary.
All right.
Yeah, volunteer.
Allah pay you the money. God receive it.
Yeah, doctor.
Positive reflections of your activity in your life. I hope, inshallah, you will see it. Next one, I'm so happy to have you here. Next one, Mona Khaled Ravi.
Yes, good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon, Mona. Go on.
Yes, I am Mona Khaled Rawi. I graduated from Babylon University from English department, and now I am a volunteer teacher at high school in Iraq.
Oh, wow! You and Ibtisam have to explain what do you mean by volunteer teachers, because we don't have volunteer teachers in our country. And is there any evaluation for choosing and being accepted as a volunteer teacher, or everyone can be a volunteer and start teaching?
No, doctor. We are a volunteer teacher without payment in our schools in order to get a job after that.
So
yes.
You are actually waiting for a time, or you hope to be accepted by the Ministry of Education, maybe as a
exactly, doctor. Exactly.
Oh, I get it. Thank you. Mohammed Saleh Mahdi. Mohammed Saleh. Mr. Mohammed Saleh Mahdi. Absent. Muhammad Ali Abdul Jalil. Muhammad Ali Abdul Jalil. Absent. Mr. Haydar Abdul Haydar Abdulhamze Kazar.
Yes, Doctor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Haydar. I am from Babylon. I graduated from University of the Babylon Department of the English. I am teacher since 2006.
So you have 14,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
14, 15
Yeah, yeah.
of
15 years, yes. yes. 15 years. Thank you.
experienced teacher. Okay, very good. So you have we have several students from Babylon or Babylon. I didn't get the exact name of the city, but you are the citizens of there from the same city. That's nice. Next one, Somaye Abdul Sadeh Mohammed. Miss Somaye.
Yes, Doctor. This is Ali Abdul Jalil.
Uh, are very noise disturbing us. If you change your room and go to a
Okay, Doctor. Okay, okay.
right. So let's give time to Mr. Abdul Jalil and Somaye Abdul Sadeh. Are you here with us or not? Absent. Nurul Huda Ali Mohsen. Nurul Huda. What a beautiful name. Nurul Huda. Absent. Okay. Zainab Fazil Mohammed. Zainab Fazil Mohammed.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah.
How are you?
Thank you very much. How are you?
I am Zainab Fadel. I have got my BA degree from Babylon University. I am from Babel, and I am English teacher at primary school.
So you are a teacher at primary school. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, you're from Babylon or Babylon?
Babylon.
Babylon. Okay. I haven't heard this city's name. This is the first time I heard it. Okay. My geography, I guess, was a little weak. All right. Thank you, Zainab. Next one, Muntazir Farhan Dakhil. Mr. Farhan. Mr.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, Doctor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I'm Muntazir Farhan from Salahuddin City. I'm employed at the Martyrs of Foundation.
Which foundation? I'm sorry.
Martyr of.
Inshallah, one day you receive the actually payments and increase your salaries. Okay. The last one, Hind Nazir Sahib.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, good afternoon, Doctor.
I'm a girl. I didn't know that. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Doctor. Thank you. I am Hind Nadir Sahib. I live in Babylon. I graduated from Babylon University at 2015. I am a volunteer also, a volunteer teacher at a secondary school.
Okay. How many years do you have experience of teaching?
4 years.
4 years. I have a personal question. What is the meaning of your name in is it an Arabic name?
Yes.
What is the meaning?
Means salt.
Means what?
Salt.
Salt. Oh.
Yes.
In Farsi we say namak.
Sorry, Doctor.
Do you know? Okay, I have another class. No, nothing. In Farsi, we call salt namak, and it's very interesting for me, the names.
Thank you very much.
All right, class. Thank you very much for introducing yourself. This term, let me see if friends. Oh, we have thanks to Mr. Haydar Jawad. He made let's join, and now together let's join to the group and. Technology. Okay, I joined the group and let me say check your WhatsApp group and I will send after the class I will send the materials, the course materials to you. Okay, so let's talk about what I expect you today. I just want to inform you what we are going to do during this term. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Well, I will send you 3 different course material, 3 different ebook to the group, to the WhatsApp group, but one of them is our main source. Okay, the name of the book is the Teaching and Researching Computer Assisted Language Learning. Okay, and as now let's in this way you may see it now at the same time that I'm talking with you. So let's see, where can I find the book? Okay. This one, and this one. In technology. All right. Check group. Now I have sent the 3 ebooks. You can see it now. Can you check your WhatsApp now at the same time that I'm speaking? Because you can see the books. So the first one is Teaching and Researching Computer Assisted Language Learning by Ken Beatty. All right. This is Applied Linguistics in Action, the book, because the chapters describe and give you the examples, the real example, the practical examples that you can apply them in your language classroom. So this book, the first book by Mayer, let me put the asterisk on that. This first book, I put a flower, a butterfly on that. Yeah, you see that? This blue butterfly. This is the main course, the main book of our class. All right, we will read the chapters of this book one by one, each sessions, and I want you to read and help me in presentation of the chapters, and in this way you can receive positive scores as your classroom participation scores 5 points, and this will help you to have better mark for the final exam. All right, second book. So this is our main book. The 2 other books which I sent you to the group are just given for your self-study. All right, the informations, the datas are not going to include in your final exam, no, but I want you as an MA student to have more knowledge about how to use technology in language classroom. So these are your sources. If you have time, if you find time, inshallah, maybe after your graduation or during this term, you can have them for your self-study. Okay. Besides, every session, every week or every 2 weeks, I will send an article to our group, to our WhatsApp group, and I want you to discuss about the content of the article. What did you understand from reading that article? You are going to be a researcher in applied linguistics, MA student, okay, Master of Art. So you have to learn, and you should know how to analyze and describe an article. And also, as far as I know, at the end of this term, you should provide your proposals. All right. So by reading articles, by reading more highly qualified articles, you can understand and you can learn more how to write these specific words. Okay. So please try to help me in discussing the issues and topic in a class. All right. Any question? Are you following me? Am I clear? Am I clear? If
You
you
are
have
now
any
Yes,
unmuted.
yes, doctor. Yes,
You are
Yes,
now
doctor,
muted.
it is
we
very
are following
clear.
you.
so if you have any question, you can type it or don't hesitate to ask your question. You are here to ask and I am here to answer. Okay, this is our task. Now let's talk about computer assisted language learning. Some people say it or call it CAL. Some people say it CAL. No different how to pronounce it. This is my idea, whether CAL or CAL. You have to know what the idea behind this term, all right? So let's talk about the use of technology in a language classroom. I want you, because most of you, the majority of this class are language teachers or have the experience of teaching for several years. You are experienced, so you can help me in informing and conducting these sessions and terms. Please give me your own experience of using technology in language classes. So let's start. First, of course, is its definition. As the search for in the study of application of technology in language teaching and learning, it comes to different labels when it comes to its name, the use of technology. So it has been once called CAI, CAI, which means computer assisted instruction, CAI. Or once it was called CELL, CELL. Okay, Mr. Nurul Huda Ali Mohsen, he said that. All right, I will put check in front of your name, and inshallah next session, this problem won't come with you. These are natural. Sometimes the things happen. Okay, so sorry, let's continue. Sometimes it is called CELL, CELL, or computer enhanced language learning, or it is called WELL. Can you guess what does it stand? WELL. So we have CAL, we have computer assisted language learning, we have CAI, we have CAI, computer assisted instruction, and also in some cases it is called WELL or WAL. Can you guess what does it stand for? Can you guess? WELL stands for? You can type it. Web assisted language learning, or web enhanced or web based language learning. All right, so web enhanced or web based language learning. So this is not the case. Whatever the name is, the concept is simple. It is internet computer based instruction. Yeah, so the meaning of this term CAL is the internet or computer-based instruction, any kind of instruction which amalgamated with a kind of technology, whether mobile, whether computer, whether tablet, a smart, I don't know, a smart boards, all right, or a smart pens, whatever. So this is called computer-assisted learning or language learning. So the overall objective of this is to improve the learning capacity of those who are involved in language learning through computerized means. So we as a teacher, we try to use computer in our class, we use computerized means, computerized facilities to enhance the students' learning. And when focus the names, it focused mainly on language learning and not language teaching. So mostly the studies of technology enhanced are related to language learning. The learning topics are actually more eye-catching than teaching. Well, at the same time, the use of computer forces a reconstruction of the traditional stakeholders' roles. Imagine these 2 years and before that, you see that with the entrance of COVID-19, pandemic COVID-19, everything has been changed, right? So this is not just the matter of learning, teaching that has been changed, but rather you can see that these changes has changed the stakeholders' role, the traditional roles, like learners, the roles of learners has been changed, the roles of teachers has been changed, and also the roles of researchers. So each have to adapt themselves to the demand and opportunities afforded by the new technology. So all of us are changing. And even with the help of technology, this change can be faster and faster. So obviously, what is very important is that the growth of technology, internet access, has promoted instructors the mobile way from a standard, I don't know, a standard station, and more forward, everything going forward faster. So much of the current debate among computer-assisted language researchers concern the establishment of agenda for research and the current issues of the call in the perspective. This begins without an attempt to put the disciplinary influence on the actually emergence areas of the study, right? So there is a need, still there is a gap and there is a need for changing. There is a need for adaptation, both learners and teachers, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. How do you use technology in your classrooms? You are all teachers. What technologies do you use in your classroom in Iraq? I'm waiting for your answer.
You are now unmuted.
We use what? Sorry, I didn't get it. Uh-huh. And what platforms, Mr. Haydar Jawad, do you use? What platforms? Is it like what? No, I'm not talking about the grades. I'm talking about the platform. I mean, do you use Big Blue Buttons or WhatsApp, or do you use Facebook, internet? What platform, what applications do you use in your classes? Oh, okay. So they do not access internet, you say that, huh? Did- Oh, without internet. That is very bad. You're very limited in teaching if you can't access internet. That is very difficult, huh? Yeah, that's so difficult. Okay, what about you? The
You are
others
now muted.
are the same as Mr. Haydar Jawad? Are you the same in your school? Can you talk about the platforms?
Yes,
You are
doctor.
now unmuted. You are now muted.
Most of teachers in Iraq use the recorder. Most of them use only recorder to help their students to hear a passage or any material about the class. And but when this period about COVID-19, we forced to use Telegram or WhatsApp. But yes, but we discovered it is the bad point about technology in teaching about in Telegram or WhatsApp, because internet is very, very bad in Iraq, and our students didn't benefit from this side in technology.
So you have to. There wasn't any way, how you could.
Yeah. I use Telegram. Yeah, to connect with my students, but most of them didn't understand.
Yes, I see.
Only face to face. Only face to face. Understand.
They get used to traditional. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I see, look, we have the same problem in Iran too. Don't think that in Iran we do not have this. Still in this university, which is one of the greatest university in Iran, and Boborsan is one of the best qualified and with high equipment, every structure, substructures are actually provided, but still we have a lot of problems in connections, poor speed of internet, lowest speeds, everything. Electricity is gone. We don't have electricity sometimes. Look, we have the same problem as well. But the point is that just having recorded nowadays in 21st century, that's a little, I think that's a disaster and a torture for teachers, because with the help of technology, teachers can actually foster their activities and can have easier job and more enjoyable, because you can provide the students with examples from different sources at the same time. Audio, video, multitasking can be provided in classrooms. Anyway, thank you very much for sharing.
Is there, doctor?
Yes,
just I have comments. In this modern life, so we have to acclimatize with the situation, since this new technology is very smooth and has benefits in accelerate teaching, and especially English, in order to be in touch with your students all the time, not just at school. So you have to try to make a way or any means in order to communicate with them. So I have a Telegram channel, so shared with my students if they have any question, any comments, any things that wants to discuss with me. And also I use WhatsApp and other things. Especially this, this way and this manner, I take it after invasion of coronavirus in 2019. So I think it's very important, and for each teacher to be able to make any things that in order to make his students near from him, and can teach them through these channels when there is a dilemma or a disaster, or like 19 COVID-19.
Yes. Thank you very much. Look, the nature of virtual education in every place and every time, as you said, the one significant benefits of using technology, because you can be in touch with your students, as you, Mr. Saar, said. You can be in touch with your students in any place at any time that you think appropriate. Yes, thanks a lot. Be sure that little by little, the whole world, and especially we, in actually the far actually parts of Asia, we have a lot of limitations.
Yes, doctor, sorry, but this is maybe a simple tool in governmental schools, but about private school here in Iraq, and the situation is very different, there are, I mean, facilitation, sorry, and they do everything in order to make their situation better than, I mean, governmental school.
Iraq too. So you have private school, and the story is quite different in private schools. Students are more equipped, teachers are more equipped, and they are more armed with platforms and technologies to help a student, huh? Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Any other ideas? Okay, let's continue. Now, I want to talk about the story of learning. Mr. May I ask you to turn off your microphone? I'm sorry, turn it off. Thanks a lot. So we have a story, a history of code and the division of that. So basically, we can talk about the history of code in three different groups: a structural, communicative, and integrative. Look, there is a very great article which has been done by Stephen Bax in 2003. I will send the article after the class, and I want you all to read the articles for the next session. The name of the article is called Present, Past, and Future. It talks about the history of code, the origin of computer-assisted language learning, and the discussion, the actually rejection, the articulation of ideas on code. And I want you to make yourself ready for class discussion about this article. So this article talks about the history of code generally, and I think as a researcher, we must know about the literature. We must know about the history of any scientific topics that we talk about every courses, because without history we can't think correctly. We don't know, without knowing the roots and origins, without knowing the related pedagogical issues, because we're talking about language teaching, so we cannot understand deeply what's the story about. So it is very important. So as with the broader field of applied linguistics, according to 1997, in that history, 1997, call can be located as at the crossroad of other disciplines such as psychology, computational linguistics, artificial intelligence, instructional technology, human-computer interaction. So it is a cross-disciplinary field, okay? So computer-assisted language learning is a cross-disciplinary field. It means that you have to know about other disciplines such as psychology, such as computer technology, like an engineer. And this cross-disciplinary field is act as a way to construct and structure the knowledge base. So without knowing other fields, you cannot construct the knowledge, because it is a very broad term when we talk about computer-assisted language learning. You must know this hardware, like computer, tablet, softwares, like different platforms, how to work with them, like engineer. You must work with human beings as your learner, as your student. So you must be a teacher at the same time a psychologist, because the student's reaction to use of technology is very important. For example, studies in psychology, when we talk about call and psychology, the studies in psychology, it contributes insight about program instruction and cognition as they relate called then research in computational linguistics, informed work in machine translation, natural language processing, and concordances. So you see that when we relate the study of the research in technology to the study of psychology, the topics such as the relationship of instruction and computer students' insights actually raised. Some of you sent me during the last months, some of the actually member of this class, I don't know this class or the next class, sent me a message in WhatsApp and asked me to be their supervisor, a thesis supervisor. And when I told them that my field of interest is in the domain of technology, they sent me some topics about technology and the issues in language classroom, which mostly related to psychology, such as the effect of technology and willingness to communicate, students' willingness to communicate, the effect of technology and language on students' language development or language acquisition. So you see that the first one, when we said willingness to communicate, it is a topic related to, somehow related to psychology. At the same time, when we talk about relationship of the relationship of technology and language improvement, we should know the pedagogy and instruction. خب Ms. Nazir Saheb said we can use social media with primary school students. They do not know how to use it. Oh, yeah. Mona said I use Google Meet because of pandemic disease. Thank you. And many teachers try to make groups on WhatsApp and other programs, but they fail, especially with primary school. Yeah, we have the same problem in Iran, and in most cases, mothers help their children to connect with their teachers. This is the duty of parents. Right, you are right. So I told you that we should consider CAL as an interdisciplinary field. And what are the fields which are related to technology? Psychology, computational linguistics, artificial intelligence, instructional technology, and human-computer interactions. So, there is a great professor, her name is Chappell. In 2001, Mrs. Chappell places CAL within 6 computer-related disciplines. Okay, so in her study, she put computer-assisted learning, language learning in 6 computer-related disciplines. So what are those disciplines? Educational technology, computer-supported learning, artificial intelligence. So these are very important. What fields can be related to CAL, computer-assisted language learning? Corpus linguistic, computer-assisted assessment, so-called assessment is a very important factor, and computer linguistics. So it is very difficult to make a test and then make a test through internet and through technology. So you must have, as a teacher, you must have the knowledge of producing, the knowledge of making tests, and or asking the help of other disciplines like the engineer, artificial intelligence, to help you in this web. So in 1997, unlike Levy, Chappell argued that studies in human-computer interaction have had little impact on computer-assisted learning, and sees educational technology as a much more significant influence. Yeah. Now, you see that Chappelle changed the idea of the influence of code. It has been changed. Okay, Mr. Montazar said, I think that technology should enter with traditional education, but it is not completely relied upon. Yes, you are right. We need time, especially we the countries that consider as a third world. Okay, so this means that mixing technology with traditional education is a good thing, but relying on one method will not give positive result. Perfect. As is happening now with e-learning. Very good, Mr. Farhan. Dakhil, thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. Now let me go back in time and talk a little about Cole's history. So first is when I want to talk about the history of Cole, first is the Plato, Plato. Let me type it. Plato with a capital letter. Plato. I'm talking about the history. So what does Plato stands for? P stands for program. Logic, L stands for logic. A stands for automated. T stands for teaching. And O stands for operation. So program, logic, automated teaching, operation. So developed by the University of Illinois, in which teachers were able to write in Russian English translation course. So the language were Russian, and with the use of Plato, it was translated to the English. So you can search about this program, Plato program. So this was the first time that technology was used in a real language classroom, and then the mainframe computer application, mainframe, very big computers, throughout 1916 and 1917 were developed. And what was very important were the interactive features to help a student with scientific text. Look, I'm sure you know about teaching methodology. Remember grammar translation method? We have more than 13 language teaching methodologies, all right? So we have different methods for teaching, such as, can you help me? I will tell you one of them, grammar translation method. GTM is one of them. Another one is, okay, class, help me. Language methods. What are the language methods that you know? Communicative language teaching, GTM, silent methods, go on. Task-based language teaching. Else? Can remember? Okay.
Yes.
Maybe next.
Yes.
Please go on. Mona?
Yes, doctor, we have grammar translation method, direct method, audiolingual method, communicative approach.
Very good. Audio method, communicative approach, task language,
yes.
silent way. Look, all of them are different language methodologies, okay? And
yes,
we should, as a researcher, and we should, as a linguist or a person who claims to have mastery over these issues, we should know first of all, which techniques, which methods we want to choose for our classroom, and which method is the best. And the second one is that where we can enter technology and computer to the classroom. Okay, that is very important. If my method of teaching is task-based language, TBLT, this is one of the methods, very recent one, where I can enter technology, I can use technology in this methods of language teaching. Okay, so From early 1918s, increased computer availability fueled a growing interest in college. Like before 1918, we are talking about the world revolution, not our local our areas. I mean, like Iran or Iraq's situation. Unfortunately, the story here in this part of the world is different from Europe and America or other actually continents in the world. Look, before 1918s, um, few mainframe computers were exist, and they were very expensive, and students, learners, researchers were not that much familiar. Just few actually researchers get familiar with these concepts. But from early 1980s, because computers were more available and more fueled, the students were more fueled with technology. So the growing interest was seen in the users of these kinds of technology in students. So teachers were able to write, teachers were able to modify computer applications to suit a specific language learning situations, okay? The teachers got received the knowledge of producing and making schedules and applications for their own language classrooms. So as a result, more and more students were exposed to them, both at home and on campus or at a school. Okay, so this great shift of language pedagogy started from 1918s with the emergence of technology, with the emergence of computers, more specifically, in every houses of students. Mr. Abdul Hamze Haidar said in Iraq we use communicative approach. Yeah, after communicative approach we have TBLT. Okay, so in 1997, after 1980s, 10 years, 17 years later, Levy highlights the time shared interactive computers, time shared, okay, that controlled information television. Okay, 1 minute break, please. I'm sorry. Okay, I have a 2-year-old son, to be honest. Sometimes I have to mute the class because he's very naughty and suddenly opened the door and come to my room. And he said that, "Mommy, I miss you," something like that. And I have to just hug him and ask his babysitter to come and get it. I'm sorry. These things happen. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So, I'm talking about the time-shared interactive computer that control the information television. Yeah, we call it TICCIT. Yeah. So it was a project. TICCIT was a project initiated at Birmingham University. And it started from 1971 as one of the first examples of multimedia-based instruction using audio, video, like television, multimedia instruction. So that was a huge revolution in the study of technology. So here computers had the capacity to as I said, integrate both audio and video for their learners. So that's why it is called multimedia. This is the definition of multimedia. So this actually project is based on explicit theory of instructional design. Okay, then as personal computers become easier to use, after that personal computers used easily by everybody, a storyboard and hypercard became influential. And many programs, we have many programs, online programs or offline programs during the 1980s. Until 1990s, the internet access was very limited. Okay, so scholars pay very particular attention to teacher programmers as they began to work out their own practice, called practice actually. Yeah. So they have a single activities which include a simulation. So activities like gap filling, right? They use, or a speed reading. They use a word program and ask students to fill the gap, or they ask students to record their voice or a speed reading, or make some application which counts with the time, which counts the time of their readings and also check their pronunciation. And then after that, by the end of 1980s, the call professionals had produced a very substantial body of work. Yeah, from 1980s, you see that there was a revolution. If I want you one positive point, and at the same time very difficult negative point, let me start from positive one. If you want to read the whole studies about immunology, of the research is not more than 40, not more than 30 years, because we are living in 2020. So it started from 1990 or early 2000. So the actually realm of research, the domain of research is very young, and it's like a newborn baby. Still, it has a lot of space to work and study. And the difficult part is that all research, all the studies will become out of date very soon. What you study and search this year will be out of date next year. You see that there are many applications nowadays, such as Zoom, I don't know, Skype, Skyroom, WhatsApp, Instagram. Are they early next year? Are they become that much famous the following years or not? I remember 4 or 5 years ago, Facebook was very popular in Iran, but now very few people use Facebook because of many reasons. But I've heard that in Iraq, still Facebook is very popular. Am I right? Yes? Do you use Facebook in Iraq? Okay. Yes or no? Yeah. I've heard that Iraqi students mostly use Facebook, but we don't have it. I haven't got Facebook so far. So in 1990s and 2000, teachers began to make greater use of networks, internet, computers, and by the mid-decade, the explosive growth prompted the college educators to increasingly adopt the socio-collaborative modes of learning. Yeah? Socio-collaborative. Look, it is exactly like teaching methodology. From GTM, there was a move from GTM, from grammar translation, focusing on reading, not productive skills, just by intensive skills. And there was a move from reading, speaking, communication, and interaction. It is exactly the same for college students now. Knowing the literature, it's the time for talking about the major theoretical perspective of the whole. And when we reach to this point, when we're going to talk about the theory, I'm waiting for you to for reading the article that I want to send you after the class, called Past, Present, Future. It's by Stephen Bax, and in which you can see a table which provided by the Bax, and it talks about different theories. Okay. خب, any question? I don't know whether I could elaborate the ideas clearly for you or not. I hope you enjoy and actually you benefited from what I explained for you. You are 16 students in this class, and I want you to make a group of 2 if you like. If not, you can do it individually, all right? This book, Teaching and Researching Computer Assisted by Ken Beatty, this book contains, let me see, 10 chapters, okay? The book contains 10 chapters, and I want you to choose one chapter. Mr. Representative, please write the name of the students for each chapter. If they are volunteer, they can send the number to the group and choose it, and make a PowerPoint for each chapter. And every session from next week, every session, 2 of you must present a chapter and have presentations. And I have a question. Do you have any presentation for other courses with other professors or not? Have you got
You are now unmuted.
presentations? Okay, perfect. So you know how to do that. Make a PowerPoint. You can present your PowerPoint here, and we send the file to WhatsApp group, and be ready for presentations. And at the same time, I will help you. I am beside you, and I will help you in explaining the
You are now
ideas.
muted.
So make a group of 2, choose one topic, and from chapter 1, chapter 2, for example, that is just example. Mona and Hind, Miss Mona Khaled Ravi and Hind Nazir Sahib says that we too are going to present the first chapter next session. And you should make a PowerPoint, slides, and based on the slides, you can read and explain the chapter for us. Okay, do we have any volunteer for next session for chapter 1? Do we have any volunteer who are actually volunteer? The first 2, the partners must be chosen. All right, must be chosen by you. And any volunteer? Okay, you can think about it. You can see the chapter. I have sent the book, the ebook to the group. Check the chapters, the emergence of the call, a history of the call. Check the chapters and write the number of the chapter in front of your names, you and your partners, and send it to group or send it to your representative. And Mr. Representative, inform me. Understand it? Am I clear? So one of the group, 2 of you must present chapter 1 next session. Besides, all of you must read the first article by backs. I will send it now to the group. Have a good time. If you have any question, I'm at your service. If not, you can
You are
say
now
goodbye
unmuted.
and leave the class. We will see each other next session, inshallah, in virtual.
We choose a chapter from this book
I'm
for
sorry,
presentation.
Ebtisam, I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Could you
Yes,
please repeat?
Doctor, sorry. Do you, we can choose
Yes.
first chapter to any chapter?
Yes, of course, you can choose any chapters of this book.
Yes,
The
thank you.
Yes, that is our main course. You can choose any chapters of this book, but there shouldn't be repetitive. Look, each group must choose just only one chapter. So if two groups choose one chapter, this is the representative's task to choose one of them. Okay? They have 9 chapters and 2 by 2 should choose one. Please.
Yeah, we made the presentation with
You are now muted.
Gian, two course, first course and second course.
Okay, so you know how to do that. You know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, Doctor, thank you, thank you. See you.
So the point is that you should find. So your job is to choose your chapter and inform your representative. This is what you should do first of all, and then make yourself ready for presentation. All right. Time. If you have any question, please type in your group. I will answer. All right. I will answer if the questions came during reading or anything, any question, please type the question. I will answer. Have a good time. Goodbye. See
You
you
are now
then.
unmuted.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.